So, two new episodes of Star Versus have come out. In the first half of the episode, we have Blood Moon. We get introduced to Star's ex-boyfriend, a literal demon from hell. Pretty edgy stuff for a kid's cartoon when you think about it, with all of the hell imagery and demons and characters obsessed with torture. The whole shtick of the place is that everybody who lives here is into torture and evil and being bad and so forth. And Star's ex-boyfriend is trying to turn over a new leaf and go so many days without anger, even going as far as to get a life coach and a bunny to pet to appease his anger and help calm him down. Marco plays the part of the one who's jealous and untrusting, and sort of follows Star and the new character around as they go about their date. While it's not exactly clear what the intention of the dance is, Marco does eventually show up and gets to dance with Star, saving her from whatever could have maybe happened or maybe not happened with her ex-boyfriend. This causes him to finally lose his temper after a long series of anger management tests, and Star quickly freezes him. The moral of this story is that Star gets upset because she doesn't need to be rescued and wants to prove that she can take care of herself, and she wants her friends to trust she can take care of herself also. Something else about souls aligning or something of that nature may or may not have happened in this moment. Whether or not any of this leads anywhere is up to the writers and how strongly or loosely they interpret continuity. We also got a call back to Star's unicorn head friend, who we haven't seen in a long time and still haven't seen. She was just mentioned briefly. I really don't know at this point if these stories will ever have any continuity or not. That's the thing that's going to save the series if it does. In the second part of today's episode, Fortune Cookies, Star gets her first taste of Chinese food and fortune cookies and buys into the myth of the cookie being magical. Whether or not cookies really can predict the future or not is left open to the same interpretation that everybody sees from fortune cookies. Marco tries to insist that the cookies aren't magic, and Star continues to insist that they very well could be, because she's from a magic world where magic things really do exist. On the villain's side, the main villain of the series hires a new villain to help him out. A tall, suave, handsome, sophisticated, relatively intelligent lizard-type character with a deep voice. A character far more charismatic than any of the other villains, and very, very competent. Possibly maybe even a villain who wants to overthrow the incompetent villain and become his own boss. This remains yet to be seen if that's the case or not. But with a new character bringing greater success to the villains, Star will have her work cut out for her. She'll now start facing plans that are well thought out, as opposed to facing plans that are random and destined to fail. The villains now have one member on their party who is competent enough to think of different situations and plan things out in advance, and who remains out of the fighting at a safe distance and doesn't actually lift a finger to do his own dirty work and instead gets others to do it for him. This could be an interesting villain going on into the future. And it'll also be interesting to see where Star's ex-boyfriend goes as well. Frankly, I'm surprised a kid's cartoon put hellish imagery so vividly into the series. But they are still having fun with the writing and bringing decent jokes, and I still enjoy both the intro and the outro. They're a lot of fun to listen to, and there's plenty to keep me coming back for more. With shows like Gravity Falls, I shouldn't be surprised that the Disney Channel still loves taking chances. But the writing seems to be more on par with Phineas and Ferb and less on par with Gravity Falls, meaning no deep stories or secrets or suspense here, just good old-fashioned fun and enjoying silliness. I can't say the show is going downhill yet, but it's certainly not stretching for amazing greatness. It still remains to be enjoyable enough to keep coming back for more. It's just not bringing a whole lot of depth to analyze and dissect through discussion. Every episode seems to be about the same thing. I had fun. It doesn't make you think like My Little Pony does, and it doesn't make you speculate like Gravity Falls does. And it's not epic and amazing and pushing the envelope like Legend of Korra and Avatar: The Last Airbender, nor is it a good old funny nostalgic fun adventure like Ninja Turtles. It's basically a decent replacement for Phineas and Ferb now that Phineas and Ferb have gone off the air. Anyhow, that's really all I have to say about the episode. Interesting new characters came in. Some interesting stuff happened with them, but it's really too early in the series to tell if these episodes are going anywhere. We're still building the world and haven't gotten to the point where we can write deep, interesting, suspenseful episodes. We have yet to find something that will challenge Star enough to make her almost lose, or develop the characters deep enough to where we cause drama on the series and make ourselves start caring about the characters. Anyhow, that's all I have to say for now. Thank you for watching, and good night.